Step into the extraordinary realm of near-death experiences. In this video, hear first-hand accounts from individuals who've touched the brink of the afterlife. These compelling stories reveal encounters with light, love, and profound transformations. Join us as we explore the mystical dimensions beyond mortality, where life and the unknown intertwine, leaving a lasting impact on those who return from the threshold of existence. Divine Encounter.
Listen, is she breathing? No, get her on the ground, flat on her back so we can start CPR on her, okay?
Just wanted to share that I saw Jesus face to face.
But one of the things that just recently came up in some of our doctor's appointments is that I just told the doctor straight out, God did a total miracle. I don't even need to know the past. I don't want to know what happened. I don't need to do any of that because I'm not questioning why it took place.
In February 2018, Tina Hines underwent a severe heart attack that led to her being pronounced dead for an astonishing 27 minutes. During this period, she encountered a profound and otherworldly episode that would leave an enduring impact on her life. According to Hines, she witnessed a vision of a luminous figure she recognized as Jesus Christ, whose hands radiated with an ethereal glow. What adds to the extraordinariness of Hines' narrative is that upon being revived, her initial words were a fervent declaration, "It's real." Hindered by a tracheostomy tube that made verbal communication challenging, she repeatedly inscribed these words on a piece of paper. Tina's account has had a profound effect on both her and those who have become acquainted with her story, characterizing it as a transformative and profoundly spiritual moment. Notably, recent discussions during some of her medical appointments revealed that her experience resonated widely, being shared as a powerful testament to the potential existence of life beyond the physical realm. The Reincarnated Priestess.
When I was 3 years old, I fell downstairs. My parents fetched the doctor, who examined me very carefully and said I was dead. And then the doctor said he'd return with a nurse to wash the body. When he came back with the nurse and went into my room, the dead body was sitting on the bed playing, nothing the matter.
Dead body was you?
Yes. This temple is really 7 temples in one.
Yes. Why do you think they included 7 chapels?
Because this was a place of pilgrimage.
What are your feelings about it?
Indescribable.
Dorothy Eady, born in 1904 in London, England, experienced a remarkable twist of fate at the age of 3 when she fell down the stairs and ceased breathing. Against all odds, she inexplicably came back to life, setting off a series of extraordinary occurrences. Her fascination with ancient Egypt became insatiable, and she displayed an uncanny and intricate understanding of Egyptian history, hieroglyphics, and traditions. Dorothy asserted that she was the reincarnation of an ancient Egyptian priestess named Seti. Encounters with renowned Egyptologists and archaeologists added another layer of astonishment. Dorothy's accounts of ancient Egyptian sites, rituals, and customs were frequently remarkably precise. Despite her lacking formal training in Egyptology, she went on to work at the Temple of Seti in Abydos, making substantial contributions to Egyptology. The events surrounding her are both fascinating and shrouded in mystery. What are your thoughts on this intriguing story? Lost identity.
That's the name I knew that I had, Yuan E. Walk in my shoes for one day, then you'll experience the nightmare of a lifetime.
In 2018, Michael Boatwright, a Navy veteran, became the focus of a highly unusual and mysterious incident that garnered widespread attention. Discovered unconscious in his motel room, he awoke in the hospital with a startling revelation. He had no recollection of his identity and, remarkably, had forgotten how to speak English, the language he had known as his native tongue. Adding to the enigma, Boatwright possessed a collection of personal identification documents, including a military ID, all confirming his status as a U.S. citizen. Despite being diagnosed with amnesia, he insisted on being called John and claimed Swedish origins. Speaking in Swedish, he asserted, "I don't have any family left except probably 2 sisters in Sweden," expressing complete unfamiliarity with the English language. His abrupt transformation into an individual with apparent amnesia, exclusively conversant in Swedish, left medical professionals perplexed. This case stands as one of the most confounding and unfortunately many unresolved mysteries to date. Embraced by the light.
I went in for a routine hysterectomy, and it was during or after the hysterectomy that I actually experienced my death. You could see the figure moving with arms spread out like this, and he was Jesus Christ.
Betty J. Eady, an American author renowned for her near-death experience, NDE, gained widespread acclaim for recounting the profound encounters she claims to have had during this transformative event. The narrative unfolds in 1973, marked by a pivotal surgery that became the catalyst for Eady's NDE. In this extraordinary episode, she describes crossing over to the afterlife, encountering a luminous being, and immersing herself in an overwhelming sense of love, understanding, and enlightenment. During this transcendent experience, Eady gained profound insights into life's purpose, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the significance of love and service. Upon rejoining her physical body, Eady felt an imperative to share her revelations with the world. In 1992, she penned her book, Embraced by the Light, which not only became a bestseller, but also resonated with countless readers, profoundly impacting their lives. While celebrated for its spiritual depth, Eady's story has also faced scrutiny regarding its authenticity. The Miracle Man.
Completely unresponsive, and he was intubated.
I'll never hear him say, "Hey son," to me again, because he always said that.
We were worried that in his case, this was not a reversible process and that it was going to proceed to brain death.
From a medical standpoint, let's look at it that way. I mean, it was pretty frickin' a miracle.
In December 2018, Scott Maher earned the moniker The Miracle Man due to an astonishing medical journey that defied all expectations. The saga unfolded when he experienced a cardiac arrest, leading to his urgent transfer to the Nebraska Medical Center in a critical state. His condition rapidly deteriorated, plunging him into a profound coma, with no discernible signs of brain activity. Faced with the grim reality, doctors made the heart-wrenching decision to declare him neurologically unresponsive, initiating preparations for organ donation. Scott Maher's life seemed to hang precariously, and his family prepared for the inevitable. However, in an extraordinary twist, Maher displayed a flicker of consciousness and brain activity after 6 weeks in a coma, leaving medical professionals astonished. His family, in a remarkable turn of events, consented to the removal of his breathing tube, and it was following this decision that he experienced a miraculous recovery. Beyond the operating table.
It was the most incredible experience that anyone could experience. I could feel that love coming from the grass. And to the left, the far left, were trees. These were the most unusual looking trees that I have ever seen. The bark on those trees was the most beautiful brown color that I've ever seen. When the nurse went to release the valve, she forgot to tighten the other valve first. The next thing I knew, I was sitting above my body, and the nurse went running out of the room and said that she had killed me.
Scott Drummond underwent an experience so profound that it left him wishing he hadn't returned. While lying on the operating table, he sensed a mysterious presence coursing through him, a feeling that ascended from his arm into his heart. Suddenly, Scott found himself outside his own body, observing the surgery from an elevated perspective. During this out-of-body encounter, he noticed a figure seated beside him, communicating through thoughts rather than spoken words. Despite the medical turmoil, he was engulfed in an extraordinary sense of peace. In the midst of the dire situation, Scott felt an overwhelming calm, attributing it to the presence he perceived as a guardian angel. A remarkable moment unfolded as he observed a hand emerging from a cloud. Before he could grasp it, a voice conveyed, "It's not your time. You have more things yet to do." The voice dissipated, and in the next instant, he found himself back in his body alongside his wife. Thanksgiving miracle.
Son Benjamin got shot and he's in the hospital.
A 21-year-old San Francisco man emerged from a coma just in time to partake in Thanksgiving festivities after facing a life-threatening head injury. His tale is truly miraculous. Following a Halloween party with his girlfriend, he sustained injuries while attempting to protect her. Swiftly taken to the hospital, doctors initially expressed uncertainty about his survival. However, with medical intervention, dedicated care, and his own resilience, he gradually regained consciousness. Against all odds, his recovery advanced significantly, reaching a point where he could reunite with his family for the Thanksgiving holiday. The fortuitous timing of his awakening turned the celebration into an exceptionally heartwarming and thankful occasion for the man and his loved ones. Against all odds.
You know, life is a very beautiful, precious thing. I'm a cancer survivor. I just got through battling cancer 2 months prior to that.
Gabriel Menaka, a resident of Texas, encountered a surprising and demanding twist in his life when he contracted COVID-19, leading to a remarkable tale of resilience and survival. Nearly 2 months after successfully overcoming cancer, Menaka found himself grappling with the virus as one of the early cases in Brazos County, Texas. The impact was severe, causing both of his lungs to collapse, ultimately necessitating a month-long induced coma. Simultaneously, the virus affected multiple members of his family, with his mother, brother, and sister all falling ill. Having emerged from this distressing ordeal, Menaka now confronts the uncertainties regarding how COVID-19 might affect his long-term health. While his body may not possess the same strength it once did, his spirit remains unbroken. Through this experience, he has gained a deep appreciation for the preciousness of life and the resilience of the human will. For more content like this, feel free to subscribe to our channel. Awakening after 19 years. In 1988, Jan Grzebski, a Polish railway worker, faced a life-altering accident when he was struck by a train, resulting in a deep coma. With little hope of recovery, doctors advised his family to prepare for the worst. Astonishingly, in 2007, after 19 years in a comatose state, Jan Grzebski regained consciousness, an event that stunned both the medical community and the global audience. Throughout his prolonged coma, lasting nearly 2 decades, Grzebski remained oblivious to significant global and personal changes, such as the fall of communism in Poland, rapid technological advancements, and the transformations within his own family. What added to the incredibility of the situation was his ability, even after 20 years of coma, to speak and walk to some extent. Despite the need to adapt to the changed world around him, he embraced his newfound consciousness with joy. Ghost Boy. The story of Ghost Boy, Martin Pistorius, unfolds as an extraordinary narrative of resilience and triumph in the face of extreme adversity. In 1988, at the tender age of 12, Martin succumbed to a mysterious illness that plunged him into a vegetative state. Despite numerous attempts, doctors couldn't diagnose his condition, and his cognitive and motor functions deteriorated rapidly. For over a decade, Martin remained imprisoned within his own body, unable to move, communicate, or express himself. A transformative moment occurred when, at the age of 25, Martin started regaining consciousness. Throughout those years, his mind had been active, though he lacked the means to communicate this inner awareness to the outside world. With the aid of a computer, he finally found a voice and revealed his intelligence and awareness to his family and caregivers. His memoir, Ghost Boy, provided a detailed account of his experiences, and he emerged as an advocate for individuals with locked-in syndrome and those facing disabilities. Want to hear more jaw-dropping tales about death? Then click on part 2.